had to call my father. I was 19. That I wore on Govinda's film set. A completely backless blouse.
I love you.
Yeah. It's real Swarovski crystals that he used to use. Maybe I shouldn't speak about the price. I remember it so well because I had to bring my dad and he was like, what the hell, why do you want to spend so much on this?
I have fought with my mom.
Nobody can touch me. He's going to be very angry when he finds out I let a tacky kind of looking clothing, which is like crop tops and bra tops. I don't think my life was like that at all. She started crying, saying, I can't do this shit to roll down this rocky hill. I said, I can roll down this rock. Yeah, I got a lot of bruises and scratches.
Hi everyone, I am Tanisha and welcome to Splurge, where we get exclusive access to your favorite celebrities' most treasured collections and we also uncover the stories behind them. Today's guest is someone who an entire generation remembers from one of the most iconic Bollywood movies. Please welcome the gorgeous, elegant, timeless, ever graceful Miss Preeti Rankiani.
Thank you very much. Welcome to my home.
Thank you so much for having us over.
Yes.
Your house is lovely. I love it.
Thank you so much, but I'm not going to let you sit and I'm not going to let you do anything because I'm going to take you straight to my kids' room because I've taken over one of their cupboards, which was supposed to be their cupboard.
Yeah.
But because my saris are overflowing, I decided I need a whole separate cupboard for my saris. I just took over one of their cupboards.
Yeah.
So come along, I'll show you how. It's a bit of a messy room. Lots of Legos and lots of paintings on the cupboard, but come, I'll show you.
I am so excited already.
So, I mean, excuse all the pictures and paintings, but here goes. I have too many saris over the years of, shooting and everything. So, I used to I never owned a sari in my closet. But I shot this film once with Govinda.
Okay.
And and that's where we wore some very beautiful designer saris. And they were very, very generous enough to give me all of those designer saris.
Oh, so these are those.
Some of them are those, and some of them are my collections over the years. So I've taken out a couple of pieces to show you some of my favorites. So come, let's have a look.
Yeah, let's go.
So yeah, you've seen my cupboard. You've seen my kids' room and you've seen where I keep my saris.
Yeah.
These are some of the saris you saw. I mean, I had some more folded downstairs.
Yeah.
Sari is like timeless. You
Yeah,
can,
timeless.
and I discovered my love for saris much later. What I had actually started doing when I was younger was I used to model a lot. So I used to do these sari catalogs.
Oh, wow.
That's when I actually started learning different ways of wearing a sari quickly, wearing a sari so that it stays on for the whole shoot, wearing, different kinds of saris. And that's when I actually discovered my love for saris. And I realized that there's nothing more elegant,
Elegant,
than a sari.
I was hoping to see you in a sari today. That's why I would.
I'm glad you're wearing one. You can model all of these.
Oh, wow. I would love to, especially that pink one. With the
Yes,
fancy
yes.
flower.
Actually, I took out a few from the cupboard before you came. This one is actually the first sari that I actually bought. This is a Tarun Tahliani and I fell in love with the blouse. Don't ask me to wear this blouse now. I was thinking maybe I'll take it to my tailor and alter it a
The
bit.
blouse is stunning.
Yeah, it is stunning. I was going to host the Star Screen Awards at the time. And although there were designers kind of, but when I went to the store and I saw this one, I said, I just want to buy this one.
Yeah.
And I want to wear this one. And I had to call my father. I was 19. And I told my dad that it's a little expensive. So he came and said, he's like, what's there in this and why do you have to have such an expensive sari? But I said, no, I want this, and sweetly he bought it for me. I remember at that time they used to make these different kind of petticoats also. Even the petticoat is shaded exactly like the sari, and the sari has these little bundis. I think it's folded. Yeah, it's folded the other way, so that's why you can't see the little bundis on it. Yeah, it is Georgette and it shines a lot when you wear it, and it's double shaded. After I fell in love with this one, I bought another one. This is again a Tarun Tahliani. It goes like this. Yeah, and it goes over the shoulder. This one I actually haven't bought.
No.
This one was one of the ones that I wore on Govinda's film set. Or in the film many years ago, 10, 15 years ago.
That's
Yeah, so but it's still in good shape.
Yeah,
And yeah, it's like a beautiful blouse. I really love this one. It's also a double shaded sari, just like that. It has slightly different purple and pink shades. So it's double shaded like this. Yeah. And it looks
And this
beautiful.
has something, I think, on the edges.
On the edges, yeah, it has some work on the edges. This is another Tarun one.
Oh.
Again, it's a completely backless blouse.
I love your
Yeah.
blouses
Yeah.
for some reason. They're so stunning.
And I think he used to do a lot of this ribbed at that time.
yeah.
Sari is very stunning as well. It's also one of my most favorite saris.
Yeah.
And when you wear it, it looks absolutely amazing.
I am sure because
Yeah.
the print is very pretty, like
Yes.
floral prints and the fabric. Even the fabric is so nice to touch.
Yes. So this one is a little different. Not many people would have this. And I know it doesn't look that great off, but once you wear it, it looks beautiful. This is a Parsi Gara embroidery.
Oh wow, this is
So,
Parsi Ghara
yeah,
work.
yeah, this is Parsi Gara work. It's a very beautiful sari. It has a very nice blouse as well.
And this is pretty expensive as well.
And it's pretty expensive as well. Yeah, it is, it is. So this is again one of the saris that I...
Parsi Ghara is totally handwork, right?
It is totally handwork, and it's one of the saris that I really, really love.
Yeah.
I used to love net saris. I still do. That's the petticoat of it. Yeah, the silk one is the satin petticoat, and again it has this nice sexy blouse.
I think I've seen a picture of you in this as well.
Yes, yes, there are pictures of me in all of these saris, and yeah,
Which one is the most worn sari out of all of these?
this one, and it looks it. Because see, I do a lot of events and shows, so sometimes you just need that bling. You can see it's a little worn for the wear, but it's too beautiful. This sari, I wore this for one Punjabi film also once. So yeah, again it's net. AD does a lot of Swarovski crystals on all his saris. So this one as well. He has a lot of crystals on all his saris, and it's real Swarovski crystals that he used to use, that he still uses. So you can see the work is beautiful on all the saris. Is my only Abu Jani sari.
Yeah.
I actually bought this at his store in Goa,
Oh.
and the blouse I styled a little differently.
What made you buy a sari in Goa?
Because there's a beautiful store there. Abu Jani have a very nice store there. And I really love their work. This one I love. I just really liked that it's simple and it looks like it's khadi.
Yeah.
It gives a very stunning feel
Yeah,
to
it actually looks
Yes,
very
yes.
chic also. Plus,
So
this is mirror work, right?
Yes,
Like
it is
proper
mirror work. Yes, this is proper mirror work. I tried to make the blouse a little different. I tried to make it like it's like an off-shoulder kind of blouse with
Yeah.
these sleeves, so that it adds a bit of modernism to the sari.
So how do you dispose of your stuff?
Sometimes relatives, friends, but mostly I have a lot of places that, like, most of my toys, my kids' toys go to Toy Bank, and the clothes go to a lot of charities that I know,
Yeah.
and I'd rather do that.
Next time when you're giving your saris or something,
Yeah, for sure.
I know it is very rude to ask the price of something, but I'm very curious that out of all of these, which is the most expensive one and how much does it cost?
I don't remember now. I guess this is the latest one, so it would be the most expensive. Maybe I shouldn't speak about the price of this one. I think the Tarun one I remember very well. The first one that I bought, that was 30,000.
Okay.
Yeah, so not too much. Yeah, not too much. It was about, but yeah, at that time that was, I would say, 25 years ago. 25 years ago. I remember it so well because I had to bring my dad, and he was like, "What the hell? Why do you want to spend so much on this?"
Did he not give out to you after buying that sari for you?
No, actually, he was very sweet and he bought it.
Yeah.
He said, "Okay."
And then you hosted the award function where
Yes. I remember the male host was Rahul Khanna.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you have any of your mom's saris?
My mum lives on the 3rd floor in this same building. I wear a lot of her saris, and she does have a lot as well because she used to teach. So she would always wear a sari to college. I've refurbished a lot of them. A lot of saris. I have this beautiful Lucknowi white sari. I love shine. I love sequences.
Yeah.
So I put it on a lot of saris. A lot of my mom's old chiffon saris. I did a lot of embroidery in chiffon and what do you call, beadwork on it.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I have fought with my mom about clothes almost all my life because my mom and I were almost the same size and I would always steal something of hers. First, I will, I would throw shade at her and be like, Mama, this is not, recent fashion. Why are you wearing this? And then later, when I can't find something to wear from my cupboard, I would go to hers. I would be like, not so bad. I can maybe wear
Wear
it.
this.
Then
Yes.
she would fight with me. She would be like, first you diss my fashion and then you want to wear my things only.
That's Gen Z.
Your kids are also like that. Do they ever?
No,
bother
come on. My
something?
kids are still young and I have 2 boys, so I don't know who my saris are going to go to. I have a younger one, 10 years old, and an older one, 15. And in the room, all the Legos that you saw belong to the 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Nobody
I
can
love
touch
the
me. He's going to be very angry when he finds out I let a camera guys into He's going to be very upset. Because he doesn't even let any other kids come in, because every time somebody comes in, something breaks. Now there's always like these tall towers of Legos or something. I mean, something is going to break. This interview will be more about Legos than saris.
So you mentioned earlier that when you were doing catalog shoots,
Yeah.
print shoots, that time you learned how to drape saris under 2 minutes and
Yes.
very, very quickly.
Yes.
So can you drape a sari without a safety pin or without any?
No, actually, I don't. Saroj Khan once taught me how to wear a sari with 10 pins.
Oh.
Exactly 10 pins so that it never comes off.
Oh.
That I learned from her. So if you give me a sari and you tell me to wear it without pins, I can't.
No.
No, I'm so afraid it's gonna fall.
Yeah.
Especially all of these chiffon and the net ones.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very difficult to
Because
keep them in
one
place.
wrong step and you step on
Yes,
something and
yes,
it comes off.
yes. And when you're doing events or shoots or shows, you need it to be completely in place, or you're
Yeah.
sitting in a car and you're getting up, so you need saris to be completely in place. And as an actor, you just learn to have your sari tuck everywhere. It's fit, so it's not going to move.
What
for
do you
sure.
wear on a regular?
Regular basis, I'm in mom clothes,
Okay.
tracks, top.
Like your most comfortable outfits.
Yes, I hardly wear jeans anymore. Loose pants, I love comfort is of utmost important now.
Definitely, yeah.
Especially in Bombay weather.
Are you someone who's always on the go or do you stay in a lot?
No, we've been traveling a lot the
Yeah.
past few years because of the Pro Panja League, and I also head the federation. It's called the People's Arm Wrestling Federation India. And now the clothes are more, more casual, more sporty,
Yeah.
and more comfortable.
So I wanted to ask you one thing since we were discussing Y2K fashion. You know how these Gen Zs, like us Gen Zs, we're bringing it back. Like we brought it back some time back. What is that one Y2K fashion trend that you really like?
I would say those loose baggy trousers, which are like cargos but not really cargos. I
Okay,
mean, those are the ones that I really think look cool.
Yeah.
The high waist ones.
Apart from that, anything else? Like,
Not really. I'm not a big fan of like tacky kind of looking clothing, which is like crop tops and bra tops. And I guess it depends on the where you're going on the occasion.
right.
I don't like clothing that's not classy. It can be sensual, yes, very sensual, but it needs to have a certain amount of class. Yeah.
And how did you guys usually dress?
I've always loved fitted clothes. So yeah, we used to wear dresses. I remember a couple of Kawali dresses that we bought from Hong Kong. Those are the ones that I used to really love and wear. So yeah, fitted dresses, long or short, I would say, and shorts and t-shirts. That was our thing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So I have one situation for you. If Kiran from Mohapate could come and open your closet, which outfit would she pick out of all the saris and wear?
Kiran would do the white one.
The white one. The Abujani.
Yeah, probably. Or I mean, the Abujani I know because she would choose a chiffon. Yeah, maybe the white Lucknowi that I have that I was speaking about.
Yeah. The one where you got pearls and
Yes,
beads and
yes,
all.
where I got beads on it.
Yeah. Your character, of course, was very, very famous. And even today, when that movie is aired anywhere on TV or, if you go on OTT to watch it, your character was iconic. You were like every ladke ka crush, girls wanted to be like you. So are you very similar to your character in real life, or?
See, I don't know about Kiran because her life was very different and very sheltered and very dabaud. What do you call it?
Yeah.
She was very suppressed. I don't think my life was like that at all. I'm born and brought up in Mumbai. I never had a salwar suit or a sari in my cupboard.
Yeah.
I've only grown up in shorts and t-shirts, and my family is always been very progressive. In fact, when I started modeling, it was my dad and my dad who actually came with me and said, yes, go out there to me and my sister, that, you know, do whatever you like and go explore and see, try different careers. My life was very different from Kiran's.
What age did you actually start working?
17.
17?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Ye Hai Prem, my first music video, Chui Mui Si Tum Lagti Ho, came out at 17.
That's amazing. Did you manifest your journey?
No, I didn't manifest my journey at all. I never thought I'd get into movies. I have no family connection to films at all. Everything that I did was just on an impulse, or because, I was having fun, and because it just came to me. Sometimes some things are just written in your destiny.
Yeah.
Being an actress was never on my cards, on my mind, or anything anybody ever thought.
But then you got fully engrossed in...
Fully engrossed means fully engrossed. I had no time to do anything else. I was studying in college. I wasn't even able to, I had to...
Attend class.
Yes, I couldn't attend any of my classes, and I gave my 12th standard and remotely, and I didn't have time to do anything at all because I was so busy shooting movies by then.
Yeah. What was it like interacting with your classmates around that time? Like, if you ever went to college to give exams and all, weren't you like, you know, the it girl where you're, you know, like going to class and you're like, mujhe dekh raha hai kya?
See, that happened very young for me. I very soon realized I can't walk on the road and buy, eat pani puri
Anything,
with my parents like I used to. Things like that.
So were you like a little cocky around that age? Did it get to you though?
I think everybody young is very, I think when we were shooting even for Mohabbatein, you don't get overawed at that age because it's the confidence of youth, right? And you think I can do everything and I can do anything. And it helps as well.
Yeah.
Because I remember a lot of my films down south, and there were some stunts that I had to do, and they had a really young stunt girl, and she started crying, saying, I can't do this shit to roll down this rocky hill. I said, I can roll down this rocky hill, and just roll down that rocky hill.
You did?
Yeah, because it's youth. You're at that time you feel you can do anything, and then you can.
But did you get hurt when you did?
Yeah, I got a lot of bruises and scratches. But like I said, being in film, being an actor, it teaches you. I think you can do anything.
How do your kids react to, you know, having a famous mom?
They've not watched a lot of our movies. Maybe they've seen Mohabbatein, I'm not sure. Always known that their parents, when they go out, people click pictures with us and things like that. But they're not, I think this generation is not so bothered.
Yeah.
They don't care too much, or they're not too overawed by it at all.
Do they ever, like, you know, whenever Paps and all show up to take your photos when you're out
They
with
don't
them,
care.
they're like on their phones?
Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay, is there anything else that you want to show me? I see you've kept some bags out for us.
Yeah, I thought I could show you a couple of bags that I
Chanel
have. This is my first Chanel.
Oh, this was your first Chanel.
Very old. This is again one of my first few ones.
Oh, wow.
I love this one as well.
Yeah, that is fully packed.
And I have a lot of Karl Lagerfelds. Like I said, I love studs, and I used to love leather also at one time.
Yeah.
And this is one that my sister gifted me recently. It's something that's really in nowadays. It's called Kurt Geiger.
Oh.
And if it's from London. Oh shit, I have another Karl Lagerfeld in it. Sorry. I have another Karl in
Sorry, Kurt.
it. Yeah. I don't keep them so well, but yeah. So this is one, and it's really in. You see a lot of the celebs wearing it nowadays.
Yeah.
This is also Karl, and yeah, I love his stuff. I have a lot of these bags.
Yeah.
A lot of them. Yeah, because they're easy to carry, and you don't mind if they get a little spoiled. With the Chanels and everything, you have to be very careful.
But how did you
That they-
preserve them? In such
Yeah,
good
see, I don't know how I have. So like I said, I don't indulge so much anymore, and I still have a lot of Valentinos, things like that in my cupboard.
But thank you so much for having us over. and taking us through your collection. Nobody really does that because people are mostly scared of nazar and all that. Oh, I don't want to show my stuff to the the world.
No, I'm not that superstitious.
So
Not at all.
great, because I love seeing other people's stuff. That
Yes.
I am that person. I'll watch a lot of hauls on YouTube. I'll watch a lot of hauls on Instagram, everywhere.
Oh, nice.
Getting an in-person haul is even better.
I'm so glad you enjoyed.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, yeah.